Xgamers presents the top 10 PC games for the last 5 years. All arranged by playscore. Number 1. Ori and the Will of the Wisps. The sequel to the award-winning indie platformer from Moon Studios, Will of the Wisps is yet another gorgeous adventure for the forest spirit. It's taking players into uncharted territory, pitting them against ferocious beasts and odd creatures that pose a challenge for the uninitiated. It's still an emotionally riveting experience from start to finish, and its combat is a huge improvement from the first game. It's unfortunate we don't get enough extra chapters as DLCs, but all we can do now is wait for its inevitable threequel. A play score of 9.15. Number 2. Celeste. A true test of skill for the platformer veterans, Celeste feels like a literal mountain to overcome with complex levels that demand lightning fast reflexes and a ton of patience. The game isn't afraid to show moments of vulnerability amidst its hardcore platforming. There will be moments of reflection in each passing chapter and it shapes our main character's resolve. This is also accompanied by a stellar soundtrack that somehow alleviates the stress and frustration from its puzzles. The game just released its final free DLC titled Farewell, which focuses on Celeste's final message for the fans that helped her on her journey. It has a play score of 9.19.
It can be forgiving early on. To craft a modern feeling game that expertly
Number 3. Resident Evil 2 Remake. Capcom has been on a roll for the past few years and the future looks even brighter now that Resident Evil Village is nearing its release. Ori 2 Remake was the first of Capcom's revival of their famed survival horror titles. It's a complete rework of the 1998 classic, bringing in fresh and familiar scares using its impressive Ori engine. Its greatest strength comes from its retold narrative, which lets their two perspectives shine in surprisingly new ways. A play score of 9.21.
And the juiciest. I love the way they
society on the brink of collapse.
Number 4. Disco Elysium. One of 2019's standout PC titles. Disco Elysium is not a game for those who want a fast-paced action experience. It's a game that commits to its branching narrative in a pen-and-paper RPG-like format. As a detective, with a knack for mystery, you forge the life of its lowly protagonist as he seeks answers within its weird world. The degree of freedom in each of its well-crafted missions gives you hours and hours of groundbreaking storytelling. Its latest update now has a fully voice-acted game. It has a play score of 9.26. Number 5. Stardew Valley. The farming simulation genre completely changed with the arrival of this title from one-man developer Concerned Ape. It improved on every aspect that Harvest Moon introduced, while also adding combat and crafting, making it into an all-around title that almost anyone can enjoy. You can even share your farm with friends in co-op. It was first released back in 2016, but there's still a lot to come back for with so many new updates. It's most recent, giving us new faces, events, and a beach farm. It has a play score of 9.24. Number 6. Divinity Original Sin II. The sequel to Ori Studios' RPG has only boosted everyone's exposure to their very meticulous outlook on the genre. The world is detailed and interactive, and has an emergent atmosphere that's open to experimentation. Their lore is heavy with world building that's only gotten deeper with each update. The definitive edition added new areas and difficulty settings, as well as revised dialogues that freshen up the experience all the more. For a relatively young title, it definitely deserves its reputation as one of the best RPGs out there. A play score of 9.37.
What if, instead of going back to 0, you got a little
Number 7. Hades. The award-winning indie action game that won the hearts of many last year, Hades is Supergiant Games' latest opus, and it is one hell of a roguelike game, pun intended. Escape from the evil clutches of the underworld and rebel against your father Hades. It's a relentless hack-and-slash adventure that lures you with its developing story after every death and a cast of characters that bring new meaning to the Greek mythos, packed with a rocking soundtrack, a fully voice-acted cast, and unlimited replay value. Hades deserves a play score of 9.47.
Screen with danger in every randomly ordered room.
Number 8. Dead Cells. Just when you thought you're awesome at platformers, this game will humble you. A play score of 9.15. Number 9. Return of the Obra Din. Lucas Pope has been handing out award-winning puzzlers since 2013's Papers, Please. With this game, he took it up a notch, adding mystery and exploration to his repertoire. The Return of the Obra Din has been praised for its unique one-bit art style, as well as its storyline that tasks you with determining the fate of everyone on board the eponymous ship. This gives you unparalleled freedom to solve the puzzles that each passenger's story provides. And finally, figuring it all out is as rewarding as it can be. It has a play score of 9.20. Number 10. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. The best part of this game is definitely the combat. Every time you die, you know it's your fault, which makes winning all the sweeter. It has a play score of 9.12. Number 11. Hollow Knight. An absolute must-play, and not just because it goes on sale often. It can be quite challenging, so you really have to give GUD. It has a play score of 9.07. Number 12. Slay Spire. This is not your grandma's card game. You'll want to replay this one again and again because you'll never know what amazing combo you'll get next. It has a play score of 9.13.
Thanks to the deceit and treachery of your enemies. Now, the weight of your bloodline lies on your shoulders.
Number 13. Crusadar Kings 3. What makes this game special is simply that it focuses on the stories of the characters. Expand and improve your mighty kingdom. A play score of 9.06.
And combat, but never fight with swords when a dagger will do. Keep your enemies close.